Welcome back everyone to another video. This is Vilp, and today I'm going to do a speed test, benchmark test, and also a RAM management test between the OnePlus 8T and the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus. The OnePlus 8T comes with the Snapdragon 865 and 8GB of RAM. It can also be found with 12GB of RAM. This is the last year flagship from OnePlus in terms of chipset, and the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus comes with Samsung latest chipset, which is the Exynos 2100. Of course, if you are in US and some other region, you can get this with the Snapdragon 888. That one is the latest flagship from Qualcomm. To me, these two devices are very similar in terms of shape, size, the display quality even, and the overall feeling. But of course, there are differences in design and hardware as well. I would say mainly the biggest difference is in the camera side and also its design. I would expect to get very similar performance on these two devices when talking about speed, but the camera should be quite different. And there is also about 500 euros price difference between these two devices. So Samsung, being the more expensive one, costs around 1050 euros, and the OnePlus can be found around 550 euros here in Europe. So almost double the price. The unboxing video of these are in my channel as well. I will put the link at the end of this video. Go and check them out. Let me know if you want to see a camera comparison between these two, and if you enjoy my video, a like and subscription would be amazing. So what I will do today, I will first do an Antutu benchmark between these two, and then I check the speed test in opening different applications and games, and after that I will do the RAM management comparison. So let's go and start with the benchmark. So the app itself was opened faster on the S21 Plus. I will fast forward this part, but overall S21 was starting the test a bit faster, and it was leading the test and was ahead for around, I would say, 20 to 30 seconds. And here, as you can see, it has also finished faster. So the overall score is around 620,000 for the Samsung, and if we go into more details, we can see, for example, for the CPU is around 175,000. We can see more details about that and also compare it with the OnePlus. And then we have the GPU performance around 250,000. So OnePlus just finished, and we have also the memory and UX. That's like a new definition of how we can benchmark different devices. But we have the CPU multi-core here as well. Let's have a look at the OnePlus. So OnePlus finished with 568,000. So I would say if we look at closely, the CPU performance is very similar, and even the CPU multi-core is better on the OnePlus. So the last year chip does quite well compared to, for example, current chip, the latest chipset from Samsung this year, and it's performing quite well, I would say. And we can also see like the temperature is around like 50% higher on the Exynos. So Samsung has been trying to push this Exynos. It's a nice try, but I would say it's a fail compared to what Qualcomm is doing. And from user point of view, I think for us who are living in Europe, this is just not fair. Now we will continue with our speed test, and we will start with internet download speed test. So the app was starting faster on the Samsung quite significantly. We make sure that these two devices are connected to the same server to doing the download speed test, and they are also connected to the same network. I have around 1 GB internet download speed in my apartment, and now on these devices we get something around 267 on the OnePlus. This also has to do with my router, because I have several devices connected to the same router, so the link speed will be different and it won't be like the full speed for none of these devices. So that's why we don't get the full speed on these devices. But at some point I was able to get around 600 at most on the OnePlus, because the OnePlus is my main daily driver, and when I tried it I could get up to 600 in like perfect condition when we are talking about the link speed. And now we are finished with the OnePlus, so let's continue and do our speed test with the Samsung. So it was 267 for the download and 130 for the upload. And on the Samsung we get something around 200, I would say 80, yeah, 280 for the download speed test, and on the upload side we get something around 146. So it is a bit faster on the Samsung. Now let's go and do some speed test comparison between different applications. For Netflix, it was definitely faster on the Samsung. We try Instagram. It was again faster on the Samsung. We go and open YouTube. Yeah, the opening was a bit faster on the Samsung, but OnePlus finished the loading faster. YouTube Music, again, it was faster on the S21 Plus. We go and open Twitter. Yeah, Twitter was faster on the Samsung. So it seems Samsung is taking the lead in general here. Same applies for the Facebook. Now let's go and try the Telegram. By the way, Telegram is a very good app. I would encourage everyone to start using it. And for Telegram, it was very similar performance. For the NordVPN, again, Samsung is leading, and the Spotify was also faster on the Samsung. Now let's go and open WhatsApp. Very similar, I would say a bit slightly faster on the OnePlus. Let's go open Amazon. I would say very similar performance, maybe slightly a bit faster on the Samsung. Now let's try AliExpress. AliExpress was also faster on the Samsung. Now we go and open some games. Let's try Temple Run. So Temple Run, I would say very similar starting point, but the loading was finished much faster on the Samsung. Now we go and open the Subway Surfer. So Subway Surfer also seems to be faster on the Samsung S21 Plus. Now we go and open PUBG Mobile. Yeah, at least the opening seemed to be much faster on the Samsung, and yeah, I think the Samsung was just quite faster. And here OnePlus is trying to download, but I think overall the Samsung was clearly a winner here. Now we try Traffic Rider. Yeah, slightly faster on the Samsung. So that is the clear pattern here. We can see that Samsung is faster, and now if we want, like for example, to try open something in Google Chrome, we can see which one is faster. So let's just open YouTube in Google Chrome, and yeah, very similar performance in Google Chrome, almost identical. I think that's a clear tie here. Let me know if you see something different, but overall I think the speed test was clearly a win for Samsung. In terms of RAM management, I would say it's like the same old story at the moment. So on Android, some of the app had to relaunch on these two devices, exactly like how it has been always. But unfortunately, or not anymore surprisingly, on the OnePlus, it had to relaunch almost all the apps. OnePlus is my favorite device. It's my daily driver, but definitely there is some issue going on with the RAM management. So that was it for the speed test and all the benchmark. You could see clearly that the Samsung is like a faster phone. It is also supposed to be. It's like the latest device, but there is almost 500 euros price difference in these two devices. And I would say like main difference probably will be the camera. I haven't done benchmark and test, but probably the camera on the OnePlus is not as good as the Samsung. But if I want to choose any of these devices as my main phone, I think you get better value for the OnePlus compared to the Samsung. Anyhow, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe, and thanks for watching. Until the next one.